Hi, it's Molly. Welcome back as we're going to take a look at the Libra full moon happening on April 16th, 2022 at 2:55 p.m. That is Eastern time, so be sure and adjust for your location on the planet. The Libra full moon is where we find the moon in Libra here at 26 degrees 45 minutes. So we round up to the next degree point of 27, and this moon is directly opposing the other luminary, which is the sun in Aries at the same degree point. So this is always a time when we assess what is happening for you, because that sun in Aries is about self, what you need, what you want, what matters to you, and essentially your own energy field, your own energy container. And then the opposition from the moon, when the moon is at its brightest and fullest, shines a light on the opposite side of the coin, or on something that helps you detach from your own energy and see something objectively. So this moon in Libra is about understanding more of maybe what you're not seeing at first glance, stepping back and assessing what other people want, what other people need, even having conversations, since Libra is an air sign, and the moon in Libra can be a great conversationalist, social, wants to connect with others, wants to have important conversations. So this is a time to look at what you're willing to say or share with others that helps you see things with more fullness, because that opposition here of the moon wants to open you up to more than you might be realizing or seeing. Now, we have the sun and the moon at that 27 degree point, and that means they are almost in an exact square to Pluto at 28 degrees of Capricorn. So they're both squaring Pluto, and Pluto will bring about what you need to shift, change, evolve, but the square is a pressure. And what it feels like is Pluto's asking you to let go of something, and maybe you don't want to. It could be something that you're ready to see differently, to move through, to understand. And this Pluto in Capricorn is asking you to be responsible. What can you handle? Consider the long term. Consider what is happening, the bigger picture of it all. This challenges the Aries desire to only focus on your own world. It also can challenge relationships, can show you what relationships are strong. That Pluto squaring the moon can be intense emotions around something and not knowing what to do with it just yet, needing an outlet for it, not clear on the shifts that are needed, are essential at this time. And so that Pluto square can bring up power struggles with others, with yourself, something you're struggling through, like there's that tension, a sense of, okay, there's something I'm seeing in a new way, maybe in a new relationship, a new connection, in a current connection, a current dynamic. There could be a power dynamic that comes to your attention during this Libra full moon. And I feel like with these squares from Pluto, it can be very important to just take a step back, give yourself space, allow the energy to run through you. And also, because these are happening in the cardinal signs want to get something started. There could be a pause, there could be a sense of waiting, there could be a sense of, how is this going to happen? How is this going to come together? Meaning that Pluto can be applying a pressure that is uncomfortable for you, for others. And it's almost like, because Pluto's in Capricorn, which is about timing, you could feel something coming together during this Libra full moon. But there's also something else has to get worked out. It has to be worked out. And this could even be something that you don't want to repeat. And Pluto is evolving the energies, evolving that moon in Libra, evolving that sun in Aries. So the higher expression here is Pluto's applying pressure so that you don't repeat something. You don't go down the same karmic path or the same patterns. There's something that is coming to your consciousness that's requiring this pause that could also be, again, a pressure, a tension. And I feel like this Pluto energy, when you understand that Pluto ultimately wants you to be in your power, but things have to change as we grow. Things have to shift. So again, this can come up even as a power dynamic at work. If you think of Pluto in Capricorn as the manager, the boss, the owner, and what they're asking or requiring, and maybe it's difficult or it's something that you don't want to do, and it's asking you to look at this energy and to remain in your power even when there is pressure from external sources or external energies. Because this moon in Libra is looking for a compromise, looking for a win-win, looking for, okay, how can I make people happy? How can I ensure this moves forward, we all get along? The sun in Aries is like, well, I know what I want. I know what matters to me, and I need to stick to my guns about it. And then here's Pluto applying pressure on both of those intentions and asking you to, again, maybe take a moment, take a pause, go deeper into what you've been learning about these Pluto and Capricorn energies and where you're meant to be in your power, meaning you don't just agree with people to make peace or to make it easy, and you don't only focus on yourself. So that could be the dynamic here that we're working with and really comes up strongly during this Libra full moon. Now you can see here that the moon and the sun are making a trine and a sextile to this Saturn at 23 degrees of Aquarius, which is the ruler of Capricorn. And so there could be a new solution here, a new opening, a new pathway, something that is more concrete and solid that helps with the conversations, relationship dynamics, looking at, again, those win-win solutions, understanding how it benefits more people than just yourself or than just one person. So this Saturn tends to be stabilizing when it's in that trine as well as that sextile. So this could be a way to redirect the energy to move it forward, which is literally the case here when you think about how Pluto in Capricorn is ruled by Saturn, and now Saturn is in the sign after Capricorn, right? Where Saturn is strong as the co-ruler of Aquarius. So I feel like this is more of an outlet for whatever tension comes up here with that Pluto square. So now let's take this energy trail further. Because the Libra full moon is the focus here, this is the degree point in your chart that you're looking for, about 27 degrees of Libra. And the moon in Libra is ruled by Venus. And here we have Venus in Pisces. We are still talking about Pisces. And this Venus in Pisces is in her exaltation, which means she is strong. She is at home. She loves being in Pisces. She can relax, take a break. She's very romantic. She's very much about what feels good, what feels right, and understanding more of how she can have beauty in her life, what she can do that's enjoyable, and also taking that step back to be in her own energy. Now, this Venus is beautifully supported here through a sextile to both Mercury and Uranus in Taurus. Now, these energies work really well because Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury, meaning they're related through the mental cerebral energies, where Mercury is the human mind, Uranus is cosmic mind, universal intelligence. So these two have a natural energy that they share together, and you can see that they are practically conjunct here in Taurus. Also important to note that this Mercury is at the degree point where we're going to have the Taurus solar eclipse. Well, actually, it's at 10 degrees of Taurus, so he's 1 degree off. But this means that something opens up the Taurus solar eclipse on April 30th. And there are new developments here with this connection to Uranus, also talking to the Libra full moon ruler of Venus. So there's energies here that are opening up for what we're going to further change during the solar eclipse. So I feel like this could be new communications, information, something coming through. This is feminine energy, both the Taurus and Pisces energies. And these are energies about progress, movement, where you're going next, going forward, taking something new and different, seeing in a different way, seeing it in a different light. And with the Venus, that's also something unexpected. Maybe it feels good. It catches you off guard, but it's the right thing. This is a supportive development. This is something that you're ready for. Maybe you've been waiting. Maybe you've been trusting. And Venus can relax into that energy of trusting. And it's also important to note that this Venus in Pisces is also going to be in Pisces for the Taurus solar eclipse. So there's energies here that are kind of setting the stage for the Taurus solar eclipse. And both the Libra full moon and Taurus solar eclipse are ruled by Venus. And it, again, opens up these Venus themes, these Venus energies that we'll be working with into May. So I feel like this Libra full moon is activating something deeper within us about what we want, what matters to us, what is something that maybe you've been hoping or wishing or waiting for. And then there's a connection here of development, progress, growth. And in the earthly Taurus energies, it's usually quite simple, practical, clear. And maybe it's something that, because it has this unexpected element to it, it catches you off guard, or you're even surprised by it, meaning it's, I didn't realize that's exactly what I needed, or that is the best fit, or that is the right next step, or the right next direction. So that's what I mean by an opening of some kind that is going to further grow and develop when the sun and the moon are right here for that Taurus solar eclipse. So this can help you connect some dots, as well as be very intentional around what you're feeling with this Pluto pressure. Because the Pluto energy, again, you're meant to get rid of something or leave it behind, be done with it. And that could be the struggle. That moon in Libra, again, doesn't want to hurt feelings. I don't want to hurt somebody's feelings. I don't want to tell them I don't like them. But this Pluto is like, really? Really now? Is that where you're going, or is that where you've been? Is that where you're going, or is that where you've been? And this Saturn in Aquarius is like, choose where you're going. Choose the future. Now, it'd be different if this Saturn was behind Pluto, but that's not the case. The Saturn is in front of Pluto. So helping to stabilize and open up these future energies and where your energy is meant to go now. So these would be the choice points here. The choice points coming up in a pretty strong way for this Libra full moon. Now, I mentioned how this Uranus is the higher octave of Mercury. Well, we have another beautiful energetic lineup where Neptune is the higher octave of Venus. And so obviously they're on the same page here in Pisces. They're not at a conjunction yet. That will happen right before the Taurus solar eclipse later in April. But we also have that Venus being supported by Neptune. And you can see here how Venus is going to be connecting more personally with both Neptune and Jupiter towards the end of April. So again, something is moving forward while you're letting go, while there's things moving out, clearing out. And I know I've been talking about this Pisces energy for a few months now, but it's helping us understand that we're meant to keep going forward and we have support for letting go. Jupiter conjunct Neptune is still happening here during this Libra full moon. It was exact April 12th. And that is an energy that carries on here. It usually lasts, these conjunctions happen for multiple days, but April 12th is the exact date when they're at the same degree and minute. But they're still conjunct here by degree, right? 24 degrees. So it's still a very active, influential energy that you're opening up to the higher realms of Pisces growth, Pisces development, what you're ready for next. And here comes this Venus supporting you. And that Venus energy supports our feminine needs, what love means to us, what you need to receive. Venus can be connected to your love language. Venus is about what your heart is wanting to feel and receive, how you feel good about yourself, your confidence in who you are, your sense of self-worth, self-value, everything from your appearance to how you present yourself, to understanding that you're worthy just as you are and just for being who you are. So these energies are getting strengthened in Pisces. And I also feel like the interesting energy here is that even though the Libra new moon is in an air sign, which is how we think, what we say, how we communicate, it's almost like there could be a lot more happening below the surface, a lot more inside of us, a lot more happening in our feelings. Because this is a big feeling energy. And then you see how this Mars is now in Pisces too. And this Mars is not comfortable in Pisces. He has to surrender, which is not how he starts out. When he starts out in Aries, he goes for it. He's running towards it and he's very alive. And now he's in a place of surrendering his ego and understanding that he's more than just his physical self. And in fact, this helps him tap in to more of his own spiritual gifts and his intuition. So Mars is developing his intuition. So this stellium in Pisces is so strong that it's actually asking you to get out of your head and get out of your ego or that immediate sense of what you want, because there's more happening behind the scenes, the bigger picture of it all. And we have this Jupiter and Neptune making a sextile to the North Node in Taurus at 23 degrees of Taurus, which means it's also trining the South Node in Scorpio of clearing out. So we have Venus. She's quite powerful, but it's like a soft power because she's the ruler, as I said, of the moon in Libra. Libra is ruled by Venus. She's also the ruler of that North Node in Taurus, and Uranus and Mercury in Taurus. She's in charge of a lot right now. Venus in Pisces is in charge and running the show from behind the scenes. I actually see her up as a higher expression. I mean, this could feel like Venus with angel wings with that energy in Pisces. Venus that's connected to your higher self. Venus connected to your unconditional love and acceptance for yourself. And maybe that's something that we can really practice during this Libra full moon is, what does that mean? What does that look like in your heart, in your sense of who you are in this lifetime? There's a strong energy here of accepting what is. Perhaps it's going to involve any types of forgiveness practices or some types of rituals that bring you back into peace. Anything that brings you peace, especially with that Venus in Pisces. She wants peace. She wants peaceful endings. She wants things to be complete with kindness. And this is something that you could be working on in relationships, in your dynamics with people. This could also show you where certain people don't match you anymore. And I mean that in both the practical world sense and energetically and spiritually. Like there's just not a match. And you could feel a peace around that. Like, okay, we journeyed together as far as we could go. We traveled together and now we're going different ways. Pisces has endings. And so what we are understanding is that it's okay to accept everyone exactly where they are, to find that gratitude for what was, what you experienced, what you went through with them. And then understanding that you're changing, you're shifting, you're not going back, you're not giving away your power. You're understanding maybe what you could do differently, which is very important. And that's going to be a strong theme here after the Libra full moon, as that sun goes forward and makes an exact square to Pluto 2 days later. There's 3 or 4 days here where the sun is in a close square, a close dialogue with this Pluto. Understanding what you're ready to do differently, where you're ready to see something from a new perspective, especially around relationships. I mean, this is a very strong relationship chart here. Relationship growth. How you're growing now. How you're growing because of what you've been through or what you've realized. And of course, this happens in relationships. If you're in a long-term relationship with someone, then this can show you what is ready to shift or evolve. It can show you too, if someone wants to do that growth work with you or how they're showing up in relationships. So there's a strong energy here around really assessing and understanding where you're at with your needs, your energies, what this Venus and Pisces is going to open up for you, especially leading up to the Taurus solar eclipse. And I also feel like there's a strong energy here of really knowing your value and your worth. What's worth your time, what's worth your effort, what's worth investing in, so to speak. That would be a Taurus word here. So even though we have this as a Libra full moon, there's the strong Taurus energy, the strong Pisces energy that will get even stronger in May. So there's something that we're shifting here that is right on time. It's right on time. So of course, trust what this feels like for you. Trust what shows up for you. And it could also be, I'm feeling like this energy here of communications is very strong. So if you need to have those conversations or something important you need to discuss with someone, if you're doing it from your heart, it could surprise you how it turns out. Because these are, again, are feminine energies that are about, what you're feeling, what you're sensing, what you're needing, what you want to give, what you want to, understand about someone. There's an opening here of, well, I'm trying to understand maybe from your side, because this is what I'm feeling. This is what I'm sensing. And again, that plays into this energy of the Libra full moon opposing that sun in Aries. It just feels like we're really meant to be approaching things from our heart consciousness, and that will open up where you're ready to grow next and what is important next. And anything that continues to have that discomfort, angst, pressure, anger, a sense of powerlessness, a sense of they're not hearing me, they're not understanding me, that's going to show you how you're feeling, the truth of your feelings. So a very fascinating Libra full moon really highlights relationship dynamics and also is opening you up and setting the stage for what you're ready to grow, develop, and build as the Taurus solar eclipse happens April 30th, and it is conjunct Uranus as well. So again, there's something here that comes through and opens up this solar eclipse energy, and perhaps is also going to show you more of where you're ready to go next. So I hope this resonates and brings you understanding of what may be happening in your life or in your world. As always, thank you so much for joining me, and I'll be back with that Taurus solar eclipse video very soon. For those of you who are in my 2022 Soul Growth Astrology program, Be sure and sign back in and review these eclipse information. And if you want to join, you are more than welcome to join us in that space. Check out the eclipse energies that are happening in April and May, as well as in the second half of the year. I'll put the link below the video. Thank you so much for joining me. I appreciate your likes, shares, subscribes, and comments, and I'll see you back here really soon.